Very, very brief. It's about Ibrahim Traoré, the Burkina Faso president. I have to say I was very, very disappointed. Very, very disappointed to hear that Burkina Faso citizens abroad were protesting against his government. How can you protest against someone who is effectively changing geopolitics in Africa? How can you effectively say that you are protesting against Ibrahim Traoré? What has urged me to respond on this platform is because someone wrote to me through my people asking me to address the Ibrahim Traoré situation. It is clear to me that there is an issue with his leadership. And when I say an issue, not necessarily an issue, but people are worried and concerned about how he is conducting and making sure that he effectively caters for Burkina Faso citizens. I don't see anything wrong with that. I don't seem to understand why Burkina Faso citizens abroad were protesting if it wasn't because you have been paid to protest. He, in my view, from what we can gather, has had 18 assassination attempts. That is a world record. 18 assassination attempts. And I'm talking about fake assassinations. 18 assassination attempts. That is worrying. I'm calling on all African leaders to do what we can to protect Ibrahim Traoré. I know that not all African leaders support the way he has taken over power. But it is clear to me, and it is clear to those who want to get rid of him, and those protesting, and those who support him, that he is very, very effective as a leader. And I am supporting Ibrahim Traoré all the way. All the way. I would not repeat this. Ibrahim Traoré has all my support. And to all Burkina Faso citizens, both abroad and in your country, make sure you fall behind your leader. What we are experiencing in Africa is great. He's changing geopolitics for the better. And for those who are planning assassination attempts and assassination coups, it will not work. It will not work. Africa must protect Ibrahim Traoré. Thank you.
Africans are waking up and Africans are seeing what imperialist governments have been. There has been several assassination attempts trying to get rid of Ibrahim Traoré, and now they want to arrest him, claiming that he is misusing the Burkina Faso gold to enrich himself and also to retain himself in power. But African youths are begging Ibrahim Traoré to allow them join the Burkina Faso military in order to protect him against all these assassination attempts. I don't know what's wrong with the Western countries, and Ibrahim Traoré is a clear example of a true leader, of who a true leader should be. And in fact, he is giving majority of the Western leaders and even some of the African leaders sleepless nights. If you watch closely and keenly, Ibrahim Traoré is one of the youngest African president, and he is God sent, doing God's work. So guys, let's dive in and welcome back.
Yo, what is this I'm hearing about how France and the US want to arrest Ibrahim Traoré? Are you taking the piss? Like this man didn't kick France out of his country. Like this man didn't open up 2 tomato processing plants. Like this man didn't make medical healthcare free for all, no matter what your status is. And recently, over the last couple of days, made education free up until uni. And the dirty, stinking colonizers want to arrest him. Are we supposed to act like France didn't have its hands around Burkina Faso's throat for how long? And now we have a leader who's doing what no bumperclut cowardice African leader has done. And you want to arrest him on what charges? Listen, as a black people, if there's one thing we can all unite around the globe, it's because of this man, you understand? And he needs to be protected. all costs. Spiritually, physically, mentally, he needs to be protected by every single one of us. They already tried to take his life 19 times, yeah? And it's clearly going up. So I suggest you start praying for this man, praying for his life, praying for his family, praying for his country. And to all of you cowardice African leaders, yeah, if they try and step to Traoré, you need to prove yourselves and try and protect him. Send military, send resources, send everything you can to make sure that he protects his country. That's what you should do. But we know how it goes already with you African leaders. You rather fatten up your pockets rather than look after your people. Some of you don't even deserve to be leaders, because if you're not even putting your life on the line for your people, for your country, what the hell are you doing trying to run it? You see how Ibrahim done it? And it only took him 18 bumperclot months. Yeah? And some of you have been leaders for over 20 years. Your people should spit in your face for the way you leaders left them high and dry and living in poverty and fattening up the pockets of the West. So come on, cowards. Show us what the heart of a lion is. Show us if you can live up to Ibrahim. Show us that you can rise to the occasion. Give us something, anything to be proud of.
All right, it looks like it's time for us to go save the people of Burkina Faso. This guy got on U.S. Senate hearing and said that the president of Burkina Faso, IBRAHIM Traoré, has become a threat to his own people. You already know what that means, what that sounds like. That means it's time for us to go liberate the people of Burkina Faso. And of course, they're going to use a black man. The blackface is always a house nigga. Every time they're going to use, every time they want to use violence on black people, they use a black man from the West to come bring it on Africans. When they want to use sweet talk, it's always a black woman. You see, this guy's used violence for Burkina Faso. When they wanted to do the, what was it called? What was it in Kenya? The bill they were trying to introduce, where if you owe too much taxes, the IMF could take your land. It was black American congresswomen they used to send them to Kenya. America has realized they have black people in power who they can use now to destroy Africa. But yes, this house nigger, Michael Langley, is now the guy who's going to be the face of America going into Burkina Faso. Look it up. He got on the Senate hearing and said, but IBRAHIM Traoré is a threat to his own people.
Our African partners understand that we're here to help
By force.
them reach their overall national goals of stability and security. But when we bring our assurance actions and our African campaign plan, there's a number of things by Russia and China that are pushing and shaping onto our African partners, especially across their society, that changes ways and a departure away from international norms. The PRC and Russia are also remaining exploitative where possible and coercive when necessary. They want that ground. They want power projection capabilities. So for the most part, the rest of the continent is also for mining concessions.
I could let him go on and on and on and on, but you get the point. I have one question. How much are you willing to bet that this man and his wife and his children believe that they're Native Americans? We ain't African, we was natives. How much are you willing to bet this man believes it? How much are you willing to bet that the whole point of this whole we ain't African is this is it? So that now you're going to get the nigger Indians. Now you're going to get black men from America strapped with weapons to go to Africa to kill the Africans for white people because they're not African. They're nigger Indians. How much are you willing to bet that this man, his wife, and his children all believe they are nigger Indians? By the way, does anyone know if he has kids? How many kids does he have? What school A man like that gotta have family. Like, what's up? Does anybody know them? I just want to ask his sons or his daughters. Like, how do you feel about your father being the face of? You get my point. But how much are you willing to bet that this man does not identify as a descendant of Africans? His people were here. His people were here. His people were here. Fucking nigga Indians. Y'all are worse than the white people that enslaved you. I swear, y'all are worse than them. No, we was natives.
The absurdity of the West just never ceases to amaze me. So now America is floating the idea of arresting Ibrahim Traoré because they say that Ibrahim Traoré is a threat. A threat to who? Basically, what America is saying is that Ibrahim Traoré has refused to let international mining companies mine Burkina Faso's gold because he believes that Burkina Faso's gold belongs to Burkina Faso people. Okay? The Burkinab. Okay? I think this is what they call them. He believes that his country's wealth belongs to the people who were born and they live in Burkina Faso. Okay? And because of this, Americans are now seeing him as a threat. And the reason he's a threat is because Africa is changing. Africa is changing its mentality. And he is showing Africans how to stand up to these greedy, blood-sucking people. He kicked out the French. And the French tried to say, no, we're here to help you solve crime. We're here to help you solve the terrorism. And he was like, but you are the terrorists. You are the terrorists. You're the colonizers that keep terrorizing us. And now a video has been circulating of an American general saying that Burkina Faso, that Ibrahim Traoré is a major threat. He's a major threat because he has refused to accept democracy. He is basically focused on Black African interests, and that is the biggest threat.
Another coup and assassination attempt was made on Ibrahim Traoré's life in Burkina Faso a few days ago. This time around by his own close associate, the people that work within the government, by the top military commanders and captains within his military administration. This man had managed to reclaim and restore the sovereignty of that country, Burkina Faso. And for some reason, the exiled military officers previously have decided to connive with France, especially to disrupt the regime, to eliminate Ibrahim Traoré, and also to cause mayhem within the country. These people would not go without a fight. I said this numerous times on this account and on my main account, Big Shy 411. I said so many times that this Western influence would not leave Burkina Faso in peace. They wouldn't go without a fight because all the hundreds of billions, multi-billions they are getting from Burkina Faso every year have been taken away from them, especially France. And now they've decided to come back. I always said if they were going to bring that guy down, it would be one of his own, one of the people that are very close to him that they are going to use. And what did we find out a few days ago? They paid somebody 41 million US dollars, equivalent to 25 billion CFA francs, the Burkina Faso money, just for the guy to go and destroy an individual that have managed to reclaim and regain the sovereignty of Burkina Faso. That little country, most African countries are now looking up to, even as small as they are, because they've done something the giant of Africa couldn't do and haven't been able to do like forever. Burkina Faso did it under the leadership of Ibrahim Traoré. And for some reason, because of the greed, because of the selfishness in the minds of Africans, one person decided to collect a large sum of money just to destabilize his own country, because the Westerners had promised him a lot. God knows what they promised him. But guess what? Thank God that plan failed. And with Ivory Coast, Cote d'Ivoire being involved, I was surprised. I never knew all of this. That Cote d'Ivoire had been the channel which France is now using to bring weapons into Africa. Apparently, this guy that was paid 41 billion was also promised an arms shipment from France, which was supposed to have come through Cote d'Ivoire, but the plan to assassinate and overthrow Ibrahim Traoré was foiled by the security service. A lot of commanders and captains have now been arrested, sacked from their job, and being replaced. This is one thing I would really like to see from this point on. Ibrahim Traoré should keep this matter very private and quiet. Deal with these people that was involved in this last attempted coup, and also deal with their family in whichever way he wants to, but keep it quiet. I just hope God protect him and make him last enough to complete the job he has started, because this is not the first time they've attempted to assassinate or overthrow him. Apparently, it is the 10th time. But you know what? God is with the man, and the man is with God. But what do you guys think? If you want to see the full update of this situation that is going on in Burkina Faso right now, head on to my main page, Big Shy 411. There are some good updates regarding this situation there. But for now, what do you think?
Hey, yo, France and America is getting desperate right now, and it's showing. They're getting desperate. They're running out of ideas, man. No, they got this super coon right here. They got this man right here saying shit like Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso is a dictator, saying that Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso, the people needs to get him out, and all this fake propaganda bullshit. France is getting desperate. They're getting so fucking desperate. They got people in the country right now protesting. They're paying people in the country right now to protest against Burkina Faso Ibrahim Traoré leadership. They're getting desperate. They tried to kill this man over 20 times and it didn't work. They're trying to unalive this man over 20 times and it didn't work. So now they got to find a new tactics to try to get at him. Now they're pulling the Obama move. They're trying to get a black man, this motherfucker right here, this coon right here. They're trying to get him, as usual. Whenever they're trying to get the work done, they always got to find a black face. It's the same playbook. I know you got France is going into Haiti. France is getting Algeria to beef with Mali. It's a whole fucking plot. They're running out of ideas, so they're paying all of these puppets on payroll to go out and do their dirty work. That's it. But Burkina Faso is setting the trend. Ibrahim Traoré is setting the trend for all the leaders to step the fuck up. And I'm seeing what Ghana is doing too. Ghana is stepping the fuck up. Ghana is making moves. And they don't want that shit. They don't want Africa to revolutionize all its fucking mineral. That's why they're going so hard, man. But Ibrahim Traoré needs to be protected at all costs.
Ibrahim Traoré has faced several assassination attempts. I can say that God is always on his side. He's not alone. I saw some comments, people saying that he's fighting this alone. No, God is always on his side. And if you go to the internet and see how majority of the African youths are protecting this man to a point that they want and beg and are begging Ibrahim Traoré to allow them join the Burkina Faso military so that they can fight all these colonizers, because it's time for revolution. This is the only best time that African countries can come together, we unite together as a family and fight all the colonizers. Because this oppression, if we don't do away with it right now, there is no time we will do away with it. You remember the Gaddafi time? Let us not let our brother go the Gaddafi way. Africa is rich of minerals. And them claiming that Ibrahim Traoré is misusing the Burkina Faso gold, that gold is benefiting the Burkina Faso land. Is it that they want to use that gold to enrich the Western countries when the African countries will remain poor forever, and yet the minerals are ours, the minerals are in our land, and we should be benefiting from them. Ibrahim Traoré has done a lot in Burkina Faso since his presidency. I don't know why some people are still going out to the streets, especially the immigrants from Burkina Faso who are in the Western countries. I heard that they were paid some amount of money to go to the street and protest against Ibrahim Traoré. Now, they are begging that they should conduct a voting system in Burkina Faso and elect their leader. I'm very sure that if they do that, Ibrahim Traoré will win very early in the morning. Because if Africans want him to be the African president, do you think the people from Burkina Faso will refuse to elect him? The answer is no. Like I've seen majority of the youths, they really want to join the Burkina Faso military, especially the Kenyans. The Kenyans really want to join the military in Burkina Faso. I've also seen some people from the Caribbean, especially Jamaicans, they want to join the Burkina Faso military to support their own. And I don't know why it's always the black people from the Western countries who are being sent to do away with the black people in Africa. Make it make sense. Anyway guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it, and we stand with Ibrahim Traoré. Until next time guys, see you on my next episode.